You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 62. I'm Nicholas Prom.
I'm Jeff Barnhart.
All right, now, Comic Reflections, of course, is a proud member of the Rhymes with Geek podcast network. You can check out our show and plenty of others like Super Podcasto Magnifico, Feed It Comics, Real Books Don't Have Batman, and many others at rhymeswithgeek.com.
Oh, good. So I saw Thor. Did you see Thor?
I also saw Thor.
Okay. Spoiler alert. So,
yeah, we will spoil it.
But I'm sure that everyone who listens to us has seen the movie.
Well, yeah.
Give us 5 minutes, and then you can speed forward or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it as well. Let's see. Is Loki the one with blonde hair? Is it? No. Loki was wonderful. He's great. Oh, he's not the villain in this. The villain,
Malekith. He was just there. He wasn't that interesting. He was menacing, but he didn't really have like any. You didn't get to know this character. You didn't get to know why he wants to do this or that. I mean, you know why, but he didn't have any cool monologues or anything. It was just mostly like, I'm evil, and now we're going to destroy everything.
The ships were cool.
Yes, they were.
And dangerous and pretty neat.
And when the Dark Elves invaded Asgard, that was rad.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Natalie Portman, I liked her. I loved her in Professional, Leon the Professional, and I've never liked her since. She's just okay.
You know, some people really like her. I'm kind of like ambivalent about her. I'm not like whatever. Who I really like is her sidekick, Kat Dennings.
I was about to say that.
Beautiful girl, and boy, they really added a lot to her role this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yeah, she was fun. Let's see. The intern was okay.
Yeah. Sure.
The older scientist, I forgot his name.
I can't remember the actor's name. He's a great actor. I've seen him in some other stuff.
Yeah, it was okay. Yep, it's pretty good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, really nice to see Rene Russo as Frigga, and I was like, "Is that Rene Russo?" I didn't see it in the opening credits, and sure enough, I was like, "Great, it was groovy."
Oh, my wife wanted to know what was going on in the after credit bit.
Oh, the first after credit scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see the second one. Dang, we left.
Oh, it's humorous.
Oh.
It doesn't really add anything to the story. I'll just tell you, he just comes back and and goes back to Jane. That's pretty much it. And then you see that monster that came from Asgard, because of the convergence.
Yeah.
Like romping around in London.
Oh. Okay.
It didn't get sent back. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
But and I hope we can move back and talk about some of the major parts of the movie, because it was really some interesting stuff. But the post-credit or the mid-credit scene, right, where
the collector,
right, the Volstagg and Lady Sif bring one of the Infinity Gems to the collector for safekeeping. Now, the collector is one of the elders of the universe, and his whole deal is he collects stuff, rare things, and people too. He was a major Avengers villain for years. He tried to collect them.
Okay.
But what part don't you understand?
Oh no, my wife was asking about it. So, isn't the collector is a villain? So, well, I guess we're expecting something bad happen with that.
Yeah, I think. Well, I know that he is going to have a big part in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with the Collector, being one of the elders of the universe, a number of them have in their possession one of the Infinity Gems. That Thanos will try to get all of them and have the Infinity Gauntlet, which will basically give him power over all of reality.
Okay.
There's a reason they're all separated.
Right.
So they're this object of infinite power and stuff. So I don't think in the movieverse, I don't think they've established the Collector as a villain per se, but as Guardians believe that they could, entrust him with it at that point. Okay. Why Lady Sif and Volstagg went, and did they do it unbeknownst to Odin?
So and what happened to Odin?
Right.
Is he asleep in those?
In the Odin sleep.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, and that was surprising. So, Loki is still an SOB, although he had his noble moments.
Yeah, and I love the scene where They show up on the Dark World, the elves' ruined world, and you think Loki does the double cross. I was fooled.
Yeah, I was too.
And it was great. And you're thinking like, wait, how, he cut off Thor's hand? How's he get? Are they going? Well, Asgardian science thinking maybe put it back. But it wasn't figuring out. But then it was all an illusion. That was great. And I loved because Loki was taking the guise of several different people. I love that scene where he becomes Lady Sif, he becomes Captain America.
Yeah,
that was
wonderful.
Great.
That was actually the highlight of the movie, I think.
Really? I mean, I enjoyed it a lot.
I thought it was the most enjoyable part. Loki's a great villain, and the movies are made by good villains. When you have a bad villain, you have a bad movie.
Yeah.
Because the Thor is okay, but he was kind of not the most interesting person in the movie.
No, and I mean, I think
the heroes usually aren't.
Yeah.
Because they gotta be good. Good is boring.
Yeah.
Good is good, but it's also kind of dull.
Well, that's why, I mean, Thor is such an interesting comic and set of movies, because you have Loki, the conniver, the, trickster. It's like, maybe he'll do good, but for his own purposes. There's all the intrigue and all the just nastiness. I think it's amazing how much that character has taken on such of a life of his own, how popular he is now.
There's a meme, and the movie's named after Thor, but everyone's going to see it for Loki.
Yeah. There is some truth to that. I mean, there are definitely people. I'm sure your daughter is probably like, I want to see that new Thor, Loki.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's super, and she knew more. She knew about the Collector and all that.
Well, right on. Good job, Kat.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you have anything else you really wanted to talk about the movie?
No.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked Christopher Eccleston as Malekith. I wish they'd have given him more to do with that role, more to say.
Yeah. I don't mind I do not mind reading subtitles, but that by doing that though, you gave him less to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was kind of weak, but Loki made up for him. Yeah. So maybe it's better that if he was super awesome, evil, interesting, that it would have taken away from Loki.
Maybe. So. I mean, that's kind of a point. I mean, it really did feel like Loki was the central figure of this picture. And I did like also Malekith's lead henchman, Curse. That guy they shoved that jewel into and turned him into the monster.
That is not him. That is his job title. Because by shoving that in the gem, that's what you make him.
Curse.
That's.
But in the comics, that was what they called this guy, Curse, with a K.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, but in the movie though, they had two. They had one in the battle long ago.
Yeah.
And so it's just a.
So somebody takes on the persona of Curse or whatever.
I don't know. I just thought it was like Sergeant Major or something.
Oh, okay.
Just a title. That's what the impression I had. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't read super deep into Thor, so my knowledge of some of these characters is really just in passing. So, so it's okay.
Yeah. It was great.
Okay. Want to talk about comics now?
I thought we were.
Well, I mean, the comics we read this week. I've been so amped about this for weeks, waiting for our big Justice League block to begin, and here it is, Justice League of America number 57. And the story is "Man, Thy Name Is Brother," written by Gardner Fox, with art by Mike Sikowski and inked by Sid Green.
Okay, we're looking at 1967.
Yeah.
Brotherhood was a big deal, and we should treat people like brothers. And it's kind of dead now, but that was kind of, I don't know, diversity training and all that stuff took over. But now brother is also sexist, because what about sister?
Well, right. Like a brotherhood of man. It's not using inclusive language. You're right.
Although it is, but now people do not consider it inclusive. So
right.
At the time, brotherhood meant everybody.
Right.
So
I can dig it. So the Justice League had just gotten back from one of their, some mission fighting supervillains, and they break up the meeting, and most everybody leaves except for Hawkman, Flash, and Green Arrow, and Snapper Carr.
Yeah.
And Snapper has been answering fan letters to the league. Man, letters. Remember letters?
Yeah.
So
that's the last letter I wrote. Decades.
Yeah. But he's gotten wind of all these young ethnic youths who are in trouble, and so
and he's writing a paper on it.
Yeah.
Oh, if I was a superhero, well, he's a sidekick, so
yeah.
Why would you need to go to college? Even though you can make money off being a sidekick.
Well, Snapper doesn't do anything. He's just kind of like the kid that pals around with the Justice League.
Yeah, I'd just be picking up odds and ends and so or something.
You're like,
hey, can
I
have this old uniform Flash? Hey, can sell it on eBay?
You're like, I can take Felix Faust's old scepter. Nobody will miss it. That kind of thing. Yeah,
I mean, and that's evil, but you can make money and honorably by being a sidekick as well.
Sure. I think later Snapper somehow got teleporting powers.
Oh.
I don't know if he still has them, but probably not.
He's still around.
I don't even think he's in the New 52, but
yeah, okay. He didn't really impress me that much. Just a goofball kid.
Yeah, he's okay.
Speaking as a former goofball kid. All right, so the first guy is Joel Harper, African American youth.
And he's African American because he wears a bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's so bad. But
no, I'm just saying, the bow tie is kind of.
Yeah.
Oh well. I don't know. I don't like the faces in this issue. It's sort of their very golden ages. Is that an adjective? I'm not sure about.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I don't quite see it. I mean, this is a Silver Age book, and
I know, but I mean, I just don't like them.
That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, the Flash goes to help out Joe. He saved like some businessman's life, and so he got a job working for him. And then
he tries to stop a robbery,
and then
he messes up the guys. They have this big rack of clothes, and he hits the robbers with the rack of clothes, and the clothes go everywhere.
Yeah, and then the boss gets wind of it and fires the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Flash tries to stick up for him, like, hey, he was helping me out. But to no avail. So the kid and the Flash go and they follow the robbers and stuff.
This is one thing in the comics. The Flash says something, and I'm going to disregard it. If someone with this much power, I say, okay.
Right.
And I think most people, although maybe they're around so much that they're
like, the Flash,
Mm-hmm. But still, it's sort of.
But also, if the boss, didn't fire the kid, we wouldn't have the story.
Right.
If he wasn't, so mean about it,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't be able to, have the rest of it. So.
Yeah. So he helps find the bad guys. And he said, hey, you can become a policeman. And what city? Central City.
That's right, because Barry Allen is a cop there, a police scientist, so he's going to help him get a job there.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a job's a job.
Yeah. That's better than being a stock boy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good benefits and get shot at.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then Green Arrow is off to help this Native American boy.
Yeah, and
who's been framed for a train robbery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is not the controversy. The controversy is that there is graffiti on the Arrow car. So Teen Beat is the new scene, which is
magazine published by National Periodical Publications, which is DC Comics. Yeah.
Man, that's just lame.
It is. It is lame. I agree.
It's lame that it's on the Arrow car, and it's lame because it says Teen Beat is a new scene. Although I think Teen Beat is still around.
Teen Beat or Tiger Beat, yeah, I think
they're both.
Yeah, that's right. Tiger Beat's the younger one. I never picked him up ever. I did read Hit Parader, which is kind of in that family.
Yeah, but that's about music. But, yeah. I need to read them just for.
I read Hit Parader because they had heavy metal bands in there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Oh, so the African, not African, Apache, excuse me.
Yeah.
Man. It's been a long day. Jerry, who is he helps Green Arrow find the train robbers using American Indian know-how.
Yeah, like tracking and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to know how if the American Indians now hunt and all that. I'm not sure they do or not.
I don't know.
There was a awful Brady Bunch where they were on an Indian reservation.
Really? That show was so serious and poignant all the time.
Oh, it was goofy fun.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but they asked him, well, why don't you hunt for food if you're hungry? You may, and the one of the Indian kids said, oh, we can't afford bows and arrows. I said, well, I was thinking, you make your bows and arrows.
Yeah.
You know, you've forgotten how or what's going on. And I wonder, I don't know much about life in the reservation, but it's interesting that if they're not hunting,
they're drinking.
No. I know.
Sorry.
No, but if they are not hunting and fishing, they're going to lose any kind of ability to hunt, to track, and all, because it's not inbred. It's
all right.
It's learned.
Yeah, it's part of the culture.
Yeah,
a culture.
But is it? But is it part of the culture anymore?
I don't know. Whitey has done a great job of eradicating their culture, but and I mean that in a negative sense, but I don't know.
Yeah, but man, the Arrow car is kind of cool though.
Yeah,
except
it is.
for the awful graffiti. Man, they have these pinups here.
And
these pinups are super awesome, great.
This is an advertisement, for Batman pinups.
Man, I want the Riddler. I want the Penguin.
The Joker. That one's great.
The Joker. Wow, and they're probably about 4 inches tall, $6 for $1, but they're kind of cool.
I bet they're 8.5 by 11. But that's still really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Green Arrow and Jerry the Apache, they bust in on the train robbers and kick their butts.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's. We got an Alpha Teen beat with a dirty hipster.
Yeah.
And this is before hippies. He's more of a hipster cat.
Yeah. Like a beatnik?
Yeah. And
How's
advertising for Fighting Force, Lieutenant Hunter's Hellcats. I've never seen that one.
That would have been a feature in Our Fighting Forces, yeah. Can you remember, I mean, DC had like 4 or 5 war anthology books, and ever so, like, for instance, Our Army at War, Sergeant Rock became like the lead feature, and eventually they even changed the name to Sergeant Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember, what was it, Combat? GI Combat was the one that had the haunted tank.
Yeah.
Love the haunted tank.
Yeah. As always, I always loved when the haunted tank would meet another German tank. Rounds are count back in 4. C, and they blow it up.
Yeah. Hawkman goes to India with Snapper.
Oh yeah, these 2 philanthropists are trying to help this tribe, and this other tribe's getting mad, and it's because they're starving.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 white guys teach them how to farm, and of course, no one knows how to grow food in India, apparently. So the other tribe is attacking, and then Hawkman comes and helps them out, and the other tribe is freaked out by Hawkman pretending to be a god or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they make peace.
Yeah.
So it was nice and pleasant.
And don't Flash and Snapper and Green Arrow and get together at the end and compare stories about how great things went.
What a world it will be when mankind is kind to man.
Oh,
isn't that true?
Yeah.
But underneath it, it's sure panic when those gay blades, Merry Man, Dumb Bunny the Blimp, White Feather, and Awkward Man, lose their heads over an execution during the French Revolution. And why not? They're the most revolting group in comics. Yay.
The Inferior Five.
I was a guillotine age hero.
That's funny. I just enjoy House ads. Sometimes they're the best part of the book.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, in a lot of ways, the ads tell you more about what's going on in the world at the time.
Sure.
What people wanted, what they were worried about, what was hit. And, I don't know, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, this is the first time I've ever read a Solomon Grundy comic.
Oh, good. We'll have a few more in our travails as we go through the show. But, yes, Justice League of America number 92. The story is Solomon Grundy, the one and only. Now, this story is a bit complicated. It's one of the...
Oh, man.
Every year, there was a Justice League, Justice Society team-up. Every summer. It was a tradition. And this is one of these stories. And I think it's the second part of
Are they
the
still doing that tradition?
No, that tradition ended just before the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, thank you, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah.
I love that story, though.
Yeah, it was a good story, but I didn't like what they did. So.
Well, no, post-Crisis, it was a bigger mess than the mess they thought they had. They thought they were going to make it easier for new readers to come in or whatever by streamlining and having one line of continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, trying to smooth out, just completely incongruous continuity like that, it just made a mess. Having the multiverse was the perfect solution to things being different in the Golden Age and in the Silver Age. I miss the multiverse. They've got it again in the New 52. They have an Earth 2.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, really?
Yeah. And the Earth 2 book is actually quite good, but I just miss those times.
Okay.
So, but anyway, what's going on in this story?
Oh, Solomon Grundy. Well, tell me about. He was born on a Tuesday.
Monday.
And, what's the deal with him? What is he?
Solomon Grundy was somebody. This guy's name was Cyrus Gold, and he was murdered, and his body was dumped in Slaughter Swamp just outside of Gotham City. And you know how the swamp thing kind of became the Earth Elemental. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Grundy he was almost an Earth Elemental. Something went wrong, and so he became basically a zombie Hulk.
Yeah. Or Frankenstein.
Yeah. He's Mr. Hyde. He's Frankenstein's monster. He's he's that kind of character.
He is very Hulkish. Has very limited vocabulary.
Yeah, but I like Grundy. He's a great villain, and of course he was one of the best villains to come out of the Golden Age. Period, and a terrific adversary for the original Green Lantern and the Justice Society.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's a complicated plot.
Okay.
All right. Listen, take notes. So, there's Aram is an alien with a lovable pet called Teppy.
And they're genetically bonded to each other.
They're symbiotic. When they get separated, they both start dying. So they get into two different dimensions. Yeah,
something separates them and sends one to Earth 1 and another to Earth 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And of course their separation causes problems, and the Justice League and the Justice Society kind of get in on it. And Solomon Grundy is thrown into the mix.
Yeah, the alien kid wants Solomon Grundy to get Green Lantern so they can go into the other dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool. That's about all you need to know, I think.
Is this the one where we have... This story is a little complicated because we have the Green Lantern of Earth 1 and Earth 2, the Flash of Earth 1 and Earth 2, the Atom of Earth 1 and 2, Superman of Earth 1 and 2, Robin of Earth 1 and 2, and
and they're getting together.
And Hawkman of Earth 1 and 2, yeah.
They're treated like crap.
Especially by Hawkman.
Yeah. Oh, well, the little alien got big, and he's smashing about, and he's getting weaker and weaker. Oh, and his alien buddies are trying to find him.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to give credits for this story. It's written by Mike Friedrich, with art by Dick Dillon and Joe Giella. Sorry.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay. Well drawn, interesting. They trap Solomon Grundy after a big battle where he's more powerful than Superman.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it is. He kicking butt. Then they figure out that the Green Lanterns put him in a Green Lantern prison, so they can make a permanent structure. It looks like.
Which is weird to me because I would think that the construct kind of, as soon as you stop thinking about it, disappears.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. But to serve this story, I guess they were able to create something that can trap him at length.
Maybe both of them together can do that or something?
Yeah, because it's weird because their rings are from different sources of energy or whatever. So maybe by combining them, they're able to create something that's more permanent, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So after the Justice League and the Justice Society have defeated Solomon Grundy and reunited the alien boy with his pet, they reconcile and they decide they've been wrong about Robin all along, and
Robin figures things out.
Hawkman apologizes and is very cool about it.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
We have a backup story in this. It's called The One-Man Justice League, and this is reprinted from Flash number 158. It's written by Gardner Fox with art by Carmine Infantino.
Yep. Let's see. The Flash. Here is a news flash. Some kind of crime going on. And he gets his uniform on, and it's the Green Lanterns.
He presses his ring, and the Green Lantern's uniform comes out. It's weird.
Yeah, and not only does he have his uniform, he has his powers.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've seen Flash with different powers.
Yeah, remember that was that time he had a guest appearance in Green Lantern, and they switched powers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's using that, and it's pretty cool. Then he turns into Hawkman.
Yeah.
And then he turns into
Aquaman. And he's like...
And everybody laughs at him.
Yeah, he's fighting crimes and stuff.
Okay, so it's... what's going on is Professor Evo?
Oh, Professor Ivo, yeah. Who created Amazo, the android, who could duplicate all the powers of the Justice League, remember?
I couldn't say that straight.
No?
No.
Okay. I guess that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So he... Oh, man. This is complicated. I'm kind of stupid, man. Captain Ivo.
Professor Ivo
is trying to create a creature with all the powers of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And but when he's doing it, apparently Flash's aura is grabbing the power.
Yeah.
He's doing it. So
it's weird, but it made a fun story.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't work when the professor tried Superman's, because I guess he's invulnerable.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure exactly what happens next. I read it, not sure.
Yeah, how did the Flash beat him? Or did he? Or did the Atom beat him, right?
Yeah.
And then Flash just went back to normal without him knowing what was happening, I think.
Right. That's what happened.
Yeah. Good old Ray Palmer, the Atom.
That's actually kind of cool that something happened and the guy never knows what happened. So.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
So we've got, I think, one more story in this issue. It's Space Enemy number 1. It's reprinted from Mystery in Space number 29. And it's written by John Broome with art by Carmine Infantino.
Yeah, it's a cool detective story.
Yeah.
And well done. Oh, here's a house ad. You can learn to draw comics and at home from experts. Earn big money. I bet all the comic book writers and drawers were hardly amused by this.
Probably not. And I wouldn't say it's a house ad. That's definitely a paid advertisement.
I'm sorry, paid. Yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah, I wonder who it was. Come work for Charlton Comics,
Yeah, or something.
Work for nothing.
Yeah, it's not awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty cool. They're just trying to find out who it is and
Who what is?
who the bad guy is.
Oh, okay.
And
was it like a shape-shifting alien or something?
yeah,
like
and he was the main goober looking for him. So it was a trick ending. So it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty evil looking alien. I like it.
Okay. So next we have Justice League of America number 94. Where Strikes the Demon Fang, written by Mike Friedrich, with art by Dick Dillon and Joe Giella, with a special, just a handful of pages done by Neil Adams.
Which I've never seen this before. Guest artist.
Well, I mean, guest artists happen like if somebody's doing the regular run and whatever, but within a given story,
right. That's what I'm saying.
It's unusual. You're right.
Yeah. Well drawn.
Yeah, Neil Adams was at the height of his game at this time. So, I think it's the League of Assassins is out to kill someone in the Justice League.
Yeah.
Now, we don't see him in this story, but Ra's al Ghul is part of this plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's this African hunter guy who is African.
Yeah.
That's an ironic twist.
Yeah. And he's in battle with Batman, Aquaman, and Green Arrow.
Yep. And he gets his butt handed to him.
Yeah. It's a good fight, though.
Oh, and then so the bad guy. What's his name?
Oh, I can't remember. The Chinese guy?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Master of Death or something like that.
I don't know. He's the Yellow Claw kind of guy, but
right.
But Merlin, the bowman, is in this story as well, and he's one of the arch foes of the Emerald Archer, Green Arrow.
Yeah, and he looks cool.
Yeah.
Very good costume.
Very simple, but it's good.
There are no bald superheroes, are there? I'm trying to think. Besides the Martian Manhunter.
Right, because he wouldn't have had hair. I can't think of any bald superheroes besides like Ben Grimm, the Thing. But right.
But he's not bald when he turns back to Ben Grimm.
That's true.
No male pattern baldness, except unless you're a villain.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. I'm going to write a letter.
Okay.
So this magician guy knows that Clark Kent is Superman. And so does his boss.
Oh, Morgan Edge?
Yeah.
Who, as we know, is an agent of Darkseid. He's part of Intergang.
Yeah, or is this from last... Okay, I think I read it was last week's stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, this is it, yeah. Yeah, he's secretly a member of Intergang.
Yeah.
An arch criminal group employed by the warlord Darkseid in his battle against Earth.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, and it's got this... Superman's driving this supermobile. What is it?
It's like a double-decker bus or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not that bad.
Oh, yeah, but Merlin has a trick arrow that can even affect Superman. It increases his gravity so he can't, move.
Yeah, they hits him with these, big mushroom-shaped arrows.
Yeah.
And knocks him for one. Then he hits him with this super arrow that makes him super heavy.
Yeah. And the Atom is there, too.
And he's got an anti-Atom arrow, too. He is prepared.
Yeah. You gotta go when you're gonna fight Superman.
Yeah.
So going back to Batman, Aquaman, and Green Arrow. What are they up to now?
Oh, Green Arrow is talking about the magician, how good he is. He actually beat Green Arrow.
Merlin. He's not actually a magician.
And he just called him a magician because he's so good with the arrow.
Did they call him a magician?
I thought that was his name.
No, Merlin.
No, they call him the magician. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was the Magnificent or something.
Oh.
There will be the page.
Okay. No. It isn't. Some say it'll take magic, but it's a for nothing that I'm called the magician.
Okay, I
Black
stand.
and white, buddy.
All right, I stand corrected.
Right. Man, you had me worried there for a minute.
That's what I'm here to do, to make you worry.
Oh, man, Superman's having trouble. So Ant-Man,
the Atom,
or whatever. That's the same thing. Now you messed me up. You might as well end the day. It's the same thing.
Oh, Jeff's frustration is endlessly amusing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I don't know anything. Now I'm all confused, kid, I'm afraid. So.
What's going on with Batman and Aquaman?
Oh, there's this tremendous traps going on. And the magician's got him. Oh, let's see. Who's in? Is it GL or GA is in a dang test tube?
Yeah.
And Aquaman and Batman are behind these bars, electrical bars, and I don't know. They get them out somehow.
Okay.
With the arrows and smacking this around that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we find out there's another hero that's been on this adventure all along.
Deadman
had possessed Aquaman because the League of Assassins were the people that killed him and made him a ghost. And so he's trying to find his killer, and he knows that somebody's tied up with them. So he kind of tagged along on this mission. Got the League involved.
Yeah, I would not want to be Deadman.
No. Although I love that costume. It's cool.
They don't show the costume.
Didn't they?
Do they? They show his white.
It's just in the epilogue.
Face. That's about it.
Oh yeah, you don't really see. Well, there it is. See, there's his whole full costume.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Man, it's gonna be hard to see how to back up your car, with that cow going straight up.
Well, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to drive a car.
Yeah.
He's a ghost, and that's part of his circus costume, like because he was an acrobat.
Yeah.
So you never nobody ever. He's like the superhero that nobody knows exists except for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And he just possesses people's bodies so he can do stuff. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. So Black Canary is up in outer space. And their satellite.
Yeah.
And they have this transporter machine, and Superman doesn't need it, so he travels to the satellite. But the other guys do, and they disappear.
Oh no!
You gotta wait until the next issue,
which we don't have.
Oh,
this is great! I'm really jazzed about this. We've got a pair of backup stories from the Golden Age. We've got the Sandman in The Tarantula Strikes from Adventure Comics number 40, way back in 1938 or 9. And it's written by Gardner Fox with art by Bert Christman.
It's 1939.
Yeah.
The next one's 1941.
Yeah, Bert Christman, co-creator of The Sandman, was a fighter pilot in World War II when he was killed in action.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sandman's an interesting character. He's got a gun that puts people to sleep. And
he's got a cool gas mask. He looks like the Shadow with a gas mask. He's got a cape, his double-breasted suit, and a cool hat. He's just neat.
He's neat. The story's kind of dull.
It's very typical kind of story. It's solving a murder or a robbery or something.
And it's not a very interesting solve. It's kind of short. You can do a mystery in a short story, but you got to know some of the characters.
Yeah.
And there's not, who cares if it's the butler?
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
But well drawn. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice noir effect.
Yeah. I like the Sandman a lot. I mean, the story isn't the greatest thing in the world, but for a first time out, hey, it's all right.
So this Sandman was kind of morphed into the modern Neil.
Neil Gaiman has referenced this Sandman in that other Sandman. I don't think heavily though.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. He used the name anyway or something.
Well, right.
It's got to be. I don't know.
There's a tenuous connection, but yeah. The next story we've got is it's just called The Amazing Starman. It's his first appearance from Adventure Comics number 61. It's written by Gardner Fox with art by Jack Burnley. And Starman, this guy, what's the secret ID's name? I forget.
Oh. Let me look. He plays this wallflower type guy.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he's created this cool device, the gravity rod, and it allows him to
using the power of stars.
Yeah. It absorbs star radiation, almost like a solar battery, and it allows him to fly. He can pick people up, throw them against walls. He can do cool stuff with the gravity rod.
Yeah, his name's Ted.
That's right, Ted Knight.
The power of the stars. Okay.
Oh, come on, it's fun. He's got a cool costume too.
Yeah. Okay, you can get through metal pretty easy with the star rod.
Yeah.
We're not ask Freud about that.
Oh boy.
Dr. Doog. He's pretty. I don't know. It's Doogie Howser's grandpa.
Anyway, there's a mad scientist loose, and he's got all these crazy Republic serials type, mad scientist traps, trap doors, secret passageways, all this stuff. It's great.
Wonderful close up of Dr. Doog's face. Really well done.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah. But anyway, he's got some criminal thing going on, and Starman goes and stops him. I don't even remember really the story, but I just remember there's some fun elements.
Yeah. Oh, ACBA award.
The Shazam Awards.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a house, a one-page kind of a house ad, I guess. And if you notice, all the art's by Neil Adams in it. Just kind of spotlighting DC employees who had won Shazam Awards that year. Particularly of note, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, who were honored for their Green Lantern, Green Arrow epics.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how many people are up for this? Is 50 to 100? There can't be that many.
What? Shazam Awards?
Yeah.
I don't even know if the Shazam Awards are still given. I think they've kind of been replaced by the Eisner Awards, which are very prestigious. There's the Eisner Award and there's the Harvey Awards. Those are kind of like the Oscars and the Golden Globes of comics.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I don't think the Shazam is still given out, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll never get one.
Hey, you never know. No, they'd have to revive it and then say, man, that podcast is groovy.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on to we've got Justice League number 98. The lead story is No More Tomorrows, written by Mike Friedrich, with art by Dick Dillon and I don't know if it's Joe Giella or Giella. I have no idea. I need to know his ethnicity, and then I could tell you.
Yeah, and looks Italian.
Oh, so it could be Giella, huh?
Yeah, who knows? Or he could Americanize it. So.
Okay.
Well,
so the Justice League team up with Sargon the Sorcerer to fight this space vampire.
Yeah, I saw Sargon. I said, oh, that was this Mesopotamian guy who conquered the Sumerians in 2300 BC. And
wow.
Then I turned the page and said, oh, wasn't he a ruler in ancient Mesopotamia? So I guess they know who Sargon was. Cool name. I guess I think you told me earlier that he was a Golden Age villain. Well,
starts as he's a Golden Age character, and he started out as a hero and turned villain. Probably the earliest example of that, and then he turned back to good, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're fighting. Sargon is warning them about the cosmic vampire who finishes off solar systems for snacks. Man, that sounds something similar to...
the Mighty Galactus, Destroyer of Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or Devourer of Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, I guess Galactus is kind of like a vampire, isn't he?
Sort of. You could think of him that way, I guess.
Although...
I mean, I'm a vampire for hamburgers, everyone needs sustenance, and Galactus is no different. But he needs worlds.
Yeah. I think Spock said everyone feeds off life, even vegetarians. So
it's true. Oh, that's very good, Mr. Spock. Yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the League are fighting this guy, and who do we have? We
got tons of people.
It's great. That's the frustrating. I think the splash panel has everybody. I think it's the Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Superman, the Atom, Black Canary, Green Arrow, and Hawkman, and Batman, and Sargon.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Oh. I didn't see this earlier.
An advertisement?
Yes.
Okay.
Raquel Welch pillow. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. So, but the League are out. The League are, well.
I'm joking.
Okay. The League are trying to find these jewels or whatever that will help them stop the space vampire.
All right, and the first jewel is owned by El Presidente, who's kind of a nice president of a South American country.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the best he can.
There's a rebellion going on, and I think Black Canary and Aquaman... Is it just Black Canary and Aquaman?
Yeah.
Go there?
Yeah, and the revolutionaries beat up Aquaman. No surprise there.
Oh.
And they make Black Canary lose her wig, which should happen about every fight.
Yeah.
And I don't see the point of the wig. I mean, she looks good as a blonde.
Yeah.
But
her losing the wig serves the story because then these revolutionaries mistake her for the president's El Presidente's wife.
Right.
Aquaman gets stronger and kicks some guys' butts.
Yeah, it starts raining because it's in a jungle.
Yeah.
And he gets these walking catfish and to fly down and shower the revolutionaries, and then the president comes down and he's with a bunch of other helicopters, and the helicopter's about to kill the revolutionaries, but the president says no, stop. And then they have a talk, and they
work it out.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
And then, hey, Black Canary, here's this ruby thing you want, a jewel, and here you go.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen.
Well, whatever. Like people are going to have superpowers and space vampires? Come on.
Yeah, but that is not the... But
I know it's not what's
people should act like people in these.
I understand.
They should act like people with superpowers. That's the entire point. If they acted like other creatures all the time, it'd get boring, and we wouldn't have it. Even aliens have to act like a.
I get it.
Stop laughing. That is not funny.
No, I totally understand what you're talking about. So then next we have, I think it's Batman and Hawkman. Look for the next jewel.
Yeah. Yep, and it's a actor who does his own stunts, like Steve McQueen.
Sure, and this actor has like this lucky ruby or whatever, but it's the space jewel that they need.
Right. So these guys are trying to kill him. I forgot why.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's some silly MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the space vampire looking for the jewel, I guess.
Oh, man, I gotta say, I like Hawkman and Batman as a team up. That's really cool.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, they're both kind of detectives, you know. I mean, Hawkman's a cop from Thanagar. He and Shiera, they came to Earth to study Earth police methods. So, I mean, it makes sense that they would, get along and, work well together. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't know that Hawkman can use birds like Aquaman uses fish.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. So he can call birds. I don't think it's quite as to the level that Aquaman can control fish. Mm-hmm. But it's still cool.
Yeah. Oh, so.
Well, yeah, Sargon is what's the word? When somebody's he's coordinating all of their huntings because he knows he's kind of in tune with these jewels, and so he sends
He sends them out to do the stuff.
Yeah.
And then he circles all the superheroes around, and they're going to do something. What is it? Oh, they're sending him back into time.
Why?
Oh, so they're going to fight the space vampire in 3 different time periods and then weaken him.
Oh, that's right, because then he'll have to use all his power, because his power is finite.
Right.
Okay. Obviously, because he's a vampire.
Yeah,
and he needs to absorb energy and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they go to the future, and they go in the past, and they go into present time, I believe.
Seems to work.
Yeah, it's okay. They freeze Flash and Aquaman and
Green Arrow. But then the Flash manages to get loose, right? And then Aquaman turns... because the ice is water, technically. Mm-hmm. He can use that against him or whatever. Or he took strength from it. That's right.
Right. Yeah, so...
Superman's smashing some stuff or something.
Yeah. Okay, here's something important.
Okay.
Superman says, with every gob of garbage that strikes me, I get madder. The madder I get, the stronger I'll become. All of which will be vented upon you, full super strength. Now, what other character gets stronger when he gets madder?
The Hulk.
I've never heard this right here.
I had neither heard this either, and I don't think we'll ever hear it again. This is one of these weird things. I was like, I never heard of that, and I'm glad you brought it up. I knew you would. But yeah, Superman getting the madder he gets. First of all, you don't see Superman mad very often.
Right.
It's not. I mean, everyone gets stronger when they're mad. Everyone's like, ooh, you know,
yeah. I get stronger when I get funny. No.
Yeah. You know, the adrenaline kicks in and stuff. And I'm sure Superman has adrenaline too. Mm-hmm. But the madder he gets, the stronger he gets. Actually saying that is kind of ridiculous.
I wonder, one of the writers for the Hulk, hey, are you kidding me? Come on. And you call Superman guys.
I wonder.
What's going on? Do they talk among each other?
I think so. I mean, come on. The 2 biggest comic houses were, until recently, both based in New York City, not that far from each other. There's plenty of back and forth. You know, people work at DC for a while, go to Marvel, and so on. You know, there's communication there. No, and I know that Stan Lee and Julie Schwartz were friends. You know, so I mean,
yeah. The people who make South Park, when they did the anti-Family Guy thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Which was great.
Yeah.
Family Guy can be funny, but a lot of times it's awful.
But everything that South Park said about Family Guy is true.
Exactly.
They are just random jokes. You know, and I like references to pop culture. I like those cutaways. Those are great. But they have a very good point. Like, you have a really thin plots that you just pad with these jokes.
Right.
I get it.
But the people from The Simpsons called the South Park people and thanked them for saying this, and which I thought was pretty cool. But it also tells me they don't talk to each other very much.
Sure. Oh, because they kind of made a joke about Bart Simpson on that episode.
No, they're happy they slammed
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Well, Family Guy really kind of, people were like, man, The Simpsons, it's not even funny. Family Guy is like funny all the time. Because The Simpsons, you build to jokes, and the jokes fit where they naturally go. Yeah. Family Guy was like, I mean, when it first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. But once you realize what they're doing, it's not that clever.
I didn't like the first episode, and then I do like Stewie and the dog.
Sure.
That's the only characters I like. And the other ones are boring ripoffs.
Well, I mean, the son is a character. It's like, why do they even have him on the show? He's just so lame. Chris is just a lousy character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking this. I used to be like, The Simpsons, you're done. So anyway, about Family Guy and The Simpsons, I feel like, Family Guy kind of overtook them in popularity for a while, and people are like, The Simpsons, it's not even funny anymore. Well, the thing is, they tell real stories. and they tell stuff that will still be funny, and will have a greater cultural significance over time.
They do use things like there's an AOL gag in the beginning of one of the earlier episodes that people may not get now.
Sure.
But Family Guy is going to be 90%. What are they talking about?
Well, right.
Who
I
are
mean,
the Hansons?
there's a lot of jokes that I get that I'm sure people who are 20 years old don't know what that they're referencing. So
and they shouldn't know. For crying out loud, it's just pop culture is not that important.
Well, I mean, good grief. I mean, they're making references to like the show, like The Facts of Life and stuff, and I'm like, man, I barely get that, and I remember that show. So I don't know.
Yeah. Real. Oh, yeah. And man, was that forgettable?
I mean, it was on for I think at least like 6 seasons or something like that. So I mean, it was a hit show.
Yeah.
So hey, back to the Justice League. So they beat the space vampire. How? I got the jewel and stuff. They beat him in the 3 different time zones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
The problem is with these plots is that they're super complex.
Because you got to have something for 8 characters to do.
Right. I mean, which is fine for reading it, but explaining it is almost impossible. And really, it can only give you the barest amount of. I was wondering when I was doing super feats just a while ago. The people who listen to this don't read it. Are we just speaking gibberish because it's so complex and
here's the thing: this show is targeted towards comic book readers. Believe me, comic book readers know about complicated plots, even if they don't follow the synopsis we get. That is just to facilitate conversation. Anyway, whatevs.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to get it, it's comic book people.
Right.
So we've got a backup story. It's a Golden Age reprint of Sargon the Sorcerer. And the story is The Woman Who Wanted the World, from Sensation Comics number 70, way back in, 1940-something? 47. And it's written by John Broome, with art by Paul Ryman.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The Blue Llama. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice female villain.
Yeah, and you don't get a lot of those.
And especially in Golden Age, and even now they don't really...
Even then, it seems like it's a femme fatale, and there's not tons to it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Sargon has a sidekick that's very much like Woozy Winks.
Oh yeah,
Max has a bowler. He looks like he has no mouth, and he has this giant nose.
Yeah, he's kind of funny.
Yeah. So the Blue Llama, who is Sargon's arch nemesis, she challenges him in some magic fight or something.
Right. And Max has powers too, because he can become a lightning rod. It's kind of, okay. It was kind of weird, and they're really kind of the panels are busy a lot of times, and and
you have to pay close attention sometimes with Golden Age stuff. Things that seem kind of obscure in a panel will have something be like a major plot point.
Yeah. She captured all these magicians from history and froze them, hypnotized them. And let's see, and
was it so she'd be like the greatest sorceress of all or something like that?
And Sargon frees them, and they start attacking, and okay. That's enough.
That's about that. Yeah. So we've got another Starman story, which is pretty cool. It's called The Three Comets, and it's from Adventure Comics number 92. Do we have the year? Does it say? I didn't write it. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Yeah. None of this matters, really. But written by Joe Samixon with art by Emil Gershwin.
Yeah. Pretty cool little story. There's a circus that's being robbed, and who's robbing? And Starman figures out that it's the Three Comets, who are a acrobat team.
Yeah.
Thanks for spoiling the mystery there.
Right in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. He gets wind, and he's fighting these guys, and
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Well, in fact, in this story, doesn't somebody steal his gravity rod, tries to use it,
That's right.
but then it won't work for them really,
Mm-hmm.
and Starman is able to then capture
Because
them.
they don't understand the stars, like Starman.
Apparently.
Yeah, which is kind of lame. But the Starman's knowledge of the stars. But
Okay, so this next book, oh boy, we got it's was it Justice League of America number 102. The story is "And One of Us Must Die," written by Len Wein, with art by Dick Dillon and Joe Giea and Dick Giordano. It's a Justice League Justice Society team up, and the Seven Soldiers of Victory are in the story as well.
And the Oracle.
Yes.
Who is like the Watcher.
Yeah.
Because he can only watch but can't help.
Right.
Which is one of the most irritating things ever.
Yeah. So the Seven Soldiers of Victory are missing, and the Justice Society and the Justice League are looking for them.
Oh man,
and the Seven Soldiers are Green Arrow and Speedy of Earth 2, Star Spangled Kid and Stripesy, the Crimson Avenger, the Shining Knight, and the Vigilante.
Mm-hmm.
They're really actually eight Soldiers of Victory, but they don't count the Crimson Avenger's sidekick Wing because he's Asian.
Oh my!
Which is kind of awful.
Yeah,
but anyway, so Justice League.
Does he have superpowers or
no?
Then that's why.
But he's the side. He fights with. He has a costume, and he fights alongside the Crimson Avenger.
Well,
if Speedy has a costume and
I don't know. Ron McDonald has a costume. Is he a superhero?
No, but if you are partnered with a superhero, if you're their kid or boy sidekick or whatever.
Yeah, I do not know about this, so you're probably right.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah.
Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Johnny Thunder.
Yeah.
Go back into the past to an Indian village.
Yeah. And before honkies showed up in Los Estados Unidos.
Yep, and they got their butts kicked by them.
Yeah. And Johnny Thunder can't call his Thunderbolt because they're in the past. Or he called it, but he can't.
Oh.
He doesn't make... It took him like thousands of years to find him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which is weird.
It is.
But cool. Because I like the Thunderbolt. He's rad.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So the Thunderbolt comes and he frees Johnny Thunder and Green Arrow and the Black Canary from the Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vigilante. Excuse me. That's right.
Yeah, and in the Thunderbolt story, it's a buffalo stampede. Yeah, he's a kind of a cool guy.
Yeah.
The Thunderbolt.
Yeah. The Vigilante is kind of like, okay, he's a cowboy on a motorcycle. But what I like about him is that he's a country singer.
Okay.
So he's rescued from, time. And then Aquaman, Wildcat, and Green Lantern go looking for the Star Spangled Kid and Stripesy.
Yeah.
And they think they're fighting cavemen.
Mm-hmm. And a really big caveman.
Yeah.
And they beat this big guy up.
Yeah, Wildcat is cool.
And they get flooded out
of a cave.
Yeah, that's about all.
Yeah. One thing I do want to note. Actually, I don't think you see Stripesy in this. We'll talk about it later. Never mind. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the next group of heroes. Was it the Flash, Zatanna, and the Red Tornado go looking for Speedy?
Yeah. Was there a sale on fishnet stockings?
I don't know.
Because that's all the girls wear. Black Canary and Zatanna.
I love Zatanna, though. She's probably my favorite female superhero.
I don't know as much about her. But...
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, they go against Cersei.
Yeah, who, ironically, is one of Wonder Woman's major foes. But since they're in the past, before Wonder Woman would have met her.
Well, yeah. Plus, she exists in Greek mythology. So
yeah.
So they can't say anything. They turn
Cersei turns she turns men into animals. That's how she does. She turns the Flash into a big snail.
All right, she turns them into animals that are repugnant to them. So snails are repugnant to Flash, and
Zatanna's turned into a hummingbird.
So how is that repugnant?
I don't know.
No, I know. Well, I think my mother-in-law is afraid of birds.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but she's horrified by them.
Okay.
You put a bird out in the house, a little finch or something like that, she doesn't like it.
Okay. And the red tornado has turned into a mole.
Yeah, I mean, well, those moles, the star moles, they're kind of repugnant.
Are they?
They got star nose.
Oh.
Man, they're kind of weird looking, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of a repugnant animal.
I think they used the hummingbird because how Zatanna broke the spell, she needed to be a hummingbird to work it.
Oh,
it just facilitates the story.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have said repugnant.
You're right.
They should have, how can hummingbird be repugnant?
They're beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a repugnant animal to me, Puppies and kittens. Ew, gross. Snapping turtle is the most ugliest creature in the world, and my Uncle Dink used to eat them.
Your Uncle Dink.
Well, it was one of those grown-ups that is a friend of the family, but is not related. Dink James was his name. And we'd be driving down the road, and a snapping turtle would be crossing the road. He'd get out, grab by the tail, hand it to me, and I'd have to hold this god-awful creature. And a snapping turtle can snap your finger off quite easily.
Okay, and you're holding this, thing
by the tail, and to be made into
turtle
stew, and they can also be fried, and it tastes like gristly, fatty chicken. So,
okay, I've never had turtle. I don't know. Is it good? I mean, gristly, fatty chicken.
No, I didn't like it then. But then I was persnickety then. Food. Now I can eat anything. But so maybe I missed out. So.
Oh, you became matter eating lad.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been good. I don't know. I was not impressed as a kid. It really did taste like chicken, but then squirrel tastes like chicken too.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was just like. But he pronounced turtles turkles.
Turkles?
Yeah. That's
strange.
Yeah, it is. I want to tell the Dink James story beyond all Dink James stories another time.
Okay.
And it's a goodie. Oh, man. So, yeah. Snails, repugnant. Moles, not so much. But it is cool seeing them. Flash is a snail. Because snails are slow and he's fast.
Right. Yeah, gotta have a little bit of irony there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
hummingbirds, I think, aren't hummingbirds everybody's favorite birds?
They're wonderful. I mean, yes. But anyway, Zatanna finds a way to break the spell, and they rescue Speedy.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Have this big flash, this big panel
with all of the Justice Society, all of the Justice League, and the Seven Soldiers of Victory.
Yeah.
Apparently, Stripesy and the Crimson Avenger, and I can't remember who else right now, but must have been rescued in the previous issue.
Oh, and here's something I didn't catch. If the Seven Soldiers all here, who is buried in Unknown Soldier's tomb? And that came out of the blue here. So
right. Again, this is like the second part of a two-parter, I think. So, Mr. Terrific speaks up.
Yeah.
Who I like, Mr. Terrific. He's cool.
Yeah. It's Wing.
It's Wing. He's the Crimson Avenger's sidekick. We get a brief appearance by the 70s depowered Wonder Woman, who battles Iron Hand, who was the villain who has masterminded this whole affair.
She's depowered, but she can knock a guy's iron hand off?
Because she was trained with martial arts when she was depowered by I Ching.
Probably with Magnus, right?
Oh, man.
Smash metal like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I like the Justice League, Justice Society team ups, but when they shoehorn a third team in, it's a bit too much. Even though I like to see those characters.
Yeah.
And Red Tornado decides to leave Earth 2 to join the Justice League.
Huh. Which is on Earth 1? Or?
Yeah.
And which... Okay, is Earth 1 the main Earth?
Earth 1 is the main Earth, and then Earth 2 is where the Golden Age heroes live.
Okay.
So, speaking of which, let's move forward to Justice League of America number 106. The story is Wolf in the Fold, written by Len Wein, with art by Dick Dillon and Dick Giordano. Yeah. And this is about the Red Tornado being the new guy in the Justice League.
Yeah, Red Tornado is an android made by T.O. Morrow.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last issue, he saves the day by taking a rocket somewhere because a man wouldn't survive and all this. But he's not a man, he's an android. Yeah. So, but it kind of kicks his butt too.
Oh, that's right, and it sent him off course to Earth 1.
So this kindly blind guy finds him and fixes his face so he has a nice visage.
Mm-hmm.
So then he comes back and joins what?
The Justice League, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I cannot keep those apart. Or it's separate.
You'll get it down.
I don't know. I really don't.
Really?
It's getting complicated. Okay. All right, so... But the kind of guy who helped him get his face and all that wasn't the kind of guy at all. It was T.O. Morrow.
In disguise.
Yeah.
Who is a super villainous mad doctor.
Who invented Red Tornado in the first place.
Yeah. Didn't he invent him to destroy the Justice Society?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got this computer, which has the largest screen ever.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't think people's screens are this large.
It's ironic, though, because right around the same time, because Red Tornado was, I think, created during the 70s, like, revival of the Justice Society, okay? And, I mean, if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me, but, not too far off from when the Vision was created by Ultron to infiltrate the Avengers and destroy the Avengers. So a similar concept, and then he, became a good guy.
Yeah. And, they kind of look similar, too.
Sure.
Red face, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Although I tend to think of the Vision as more powerful than the Red Tornado. Red Tornado kind of flies and does his tornado stuff, but the Vision is all these things he can do.
Yeah, tornado's kind of... Nah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
the robot Red Tornado wasn't even the first Red Tornado. There was the gal Red Tornado who was a housewife, Ma Hunkel. She wore a saucepan on her head, and look it up.
Good God.
It's the golden age, man. You got to remember, they would have a lot of silly characters.
Okay.
So
T.O. Morrow, tomorrow we'll call him. What everyone else calls him that. He sends him to the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets up a trap where it blows up the Justice League if he presses a button for help.
Okay.
So everyone, especially I think GL, is really suspicious of him.
Oh, okay.
But they're following around. So they follow him. And here's this huge tank made out of some kind of weird metal. What is it? It's like a It's what's the deal?
It's probably a made-up metal anyway.
Well, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's oh, for crying out loud! It's interdimensional metal or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this war machine is constructed on a fourth-dimensional principle utilizing negative space. Negative space. That's it.
Okay, that's really cool. It doesn't make any sense, but that sentence is awesome. Okay.
Oh, so GL comes by and
Batman too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Flash, right? Yeah. A bunch of guys show up to help out Red Tornado, and they kind of piss him off.
Yeah, because they think they're spying on him.
Or that he can't handle himself.
Yeah. Got a house, not a house,
an
just a regular advertisement for Walt Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean models. And I remember seeing these. I didn't know they were Walt Disney, though.
Yeah. They also did on this same line, the Zap Action was a weird kind of thing. It's basically molded plastic, and you kind of press a button, and it has the skeleton or the sword swings or the arm moves, that kind of stuff. In this line, they also did some Halloween time monsters scenes as well.
It looks fun. I would have enjoyed having one. I think some of my friends had these. 4 pages worth. Man, Walt Disney was spending some money there.
Yeah, well, he had the bread to burn. So, well, of course he was dead at this time, but
yeah, Disney was going not very well then. Though.
In the 70s, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess then kicking out merchandise is another way to kind of bring in money.
Right.
So the Red Tornado's kind of got himself a girlfriend.
Oh,
He doesn't really know he's an android.
Right. A blonde, in fact.
Yeah.
So, she's a help. She helps people find jobs and all that.
Yeah, she's like a what do they call social worker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she likes him fine, so she takes him out to eat.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Well,
he takes the name John Smith, which I think is funny.
Yeah, man, that's
clever.
Oh, I wonder how many people. Is that the most popular series of names now? I wonder.
I think it was. I don't know. Before. There was a time that John Smith was the most common name, but I think there's an awareness in our culture that that's super common. So I think you'll see it kind of fade.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone named John Smith.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Was he boring?
No, it was cool. His name was. I'm pretty sure it's John Smith, but it was called Hoppy. So he was a character.
Oh, well, good. He distinguished himself.
Yeah, indeed. I'm pretty sure his name was John.
Okay.
Or was his brother named John? Yeah, his brother was named John.
So Hoppy Smith, and then John.
Well, it was Robert and his brother, and they. Okay, I don't think I can tell any stories about them.
These are not safe for work stories.
Right.
Okay.
They're cool. Let's see. So, tomorrow sends out his minions in some kind of spaceship. Well, pretty cool looking spaceship things that are hiding themselves by showing different by projecting their image.
So, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And turns his blonde girl into a statue.
Yeah, he turns all these people into statues.
Yeah.
And Red Tornado's pretty peeved.
Yeah, and they're going to lift her up and then drop her down and just smash her, which is kind of cool. Uncool.
Yeah.
Elongated Man comes by and helps. Yay! And then Hawkman comes by, and the birds actually are useful.
Again, he calls birds.
And the birds fly around and find where the spaceships are.
Okay.
Thanks, birds.
You bet, Hawkman!
Yeah. So, and then... oh man, the Red Tornado hits a button that calls the Justice League, and they all die. And tomorrow is really happy until Superman comes up and says, "Hey, we fooled you because we didn't die. We knew that was going on all the time."
And here's the giveaway: Superman's not vulnerable to gas, but he pretends to be vulnerable to gas to fool tomorrow. And so, the League beat him, and then he disappears.
Yeah, I don't understand why. The computer said he was going to disappear that time, but I don't know what makes him disappear. There's nothing...
I don't know. Maybe there's more to it in a future issue. Yeah.
All right, well, let's see. So we're going to Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, Iron Man Annual #2. These are just all reprints from Tales of Suspense.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. But that was such a cool book. It was a co-headline book with Captain America and Iron Man. They each had half the book. But the lead story is The Uncanny Challenge of the Crusher. It's from Tales from Suspense number 91, and written by Stan Lee with art by Gentleman Gene Colan and Frank Giacoia.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's this
kind of Banana Republic,
which is obviously Cuba,
right?
And they have the scientist, and he invents this elixir that makes you into a super strong person.
Yeah.
And the president not being, I don't know, being very untrusting of the scientist, makes the scientist take it.
Yeah.
The scientist was going to give it to him, so he's going to be the strongest man ever.
Yeah.
But so the scientist becomes the strongest man ever instead.
And they starts fighting the El Presidente or whatever, or Castro, and then it's like, hey, look, prove your loyalty to me by going and destroying Iron Man, And the guy figures, Iron Man will take care of this, and I'll never have to deal with this problem. So, and he's kind of right.
Yeah.
So the Crusher, as he's now known, goes to America to fight Iron Man. And he does. Mm-hmm. And it's quite a fight.
Yeah, and Iron Man is getting his butt kicked.
Man, Gene Colan draws some of the best fight scenes ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. The Iron Man is red and yellow outfit. It looks so much better than his gray one.
Yeah, I agree. So how does he beat the Crusher?
He's got this device.
Of course.
That makes things super heavy, and he's already heavy, so the Crusher just goes down into the center of the earth, I guess.
Yeah.
So and that's
that was kind of that.
Okay.
So the next story in this it's serialized. There's 2 parts in the remainder of this issue. It's the Return of the Titanium Man, and from Tales from Suspense number 81 and 82, and written by Stan Lee with art by Gene Colan. So beauty.
Mm-hmm. So, man, check out Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, there's an advertisement for the Joe Waiter method of bodybuilding, and Arnie, very young Arnold Schwarzenegger, is the spokesmodel, I guess.
Yeah, and these really stupid leather and lead bracelets.
Yeah.
It looks good on Arnie, though. Joe is a waiter.
Joe Waiter. Waiter.
I had no idea, but a friend of mine was into
bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Joe Waiter just passed away a few years ago.
I think he passed away this year, maybe.
It was a couple years ago.
A couple years ago?
Yeah.
Well, time flies when you're getting old, decrepit.
Oh, man.
But you read his magazines.
Yeah.
Every page has to mention Joe. Every single page.
Of course.
And anyone give an interview, I use a Joe Waiter or Waiter protein mix. Something like that. And his face is in every single. His face or his name or something is on every single page.
Well,
including advertisers, because a lot of them are advertisers. And it's just.
It's very self-serving. But you have to remember, there was a time when a lot of big magazines, and Joe Waiter had a magazine, that's the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah, he still has them. There's about 3 or 4 of them.
My point is that a lot of times there was a major magazine that had a big following. Believe me, you knew who the publisher was, or you knew who that editor was.
I don't mind that, but it was just too much,
Yeah, I'm not discounting that at all.
Because, I read, turn the page. Oh, who's in charge of this magazine? Oh, Joe is. Okay.
Right, okay.
In case you forget, we postulated.
You and I?
No.
Oh.
Me and his name was, call him Weed. Oh, it's Underwood. Yep. Or Underweed for the reason. But we postulated that Joe was starting this army of strong men. He's going to take over America.
So you're saying that Joe Waiter was not only a commie spy, but a supervillain?
No, he wasn't a commie spy. He was just a supervillain. So.
Okay, I just wanted to say commie spy, but so the Joe Waiter was really a supervillain?
Yeah.
Interesting. I like your hypothesis. That's fun.
Yeah, that was great.
So
he died for it.
Yeah.
But that's,
Yeah.
Oh man.
So Iron Man, he's and Tony Stark, they're supposed to go and testify at some congressional hearing or something or other.
And he's thinking he's going to give his
Identity
show,
away.
Yeah. Because he's bringing his
attach case that has the Iron Man armor.
attaché case.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay. Hey, I got one right.
Yeah. Everybody gets one.
Mm-hmm, indeed. But there's a Senator Byrd. And there was a Senator Byrd.
Yeah.
And that's odd. Usually
It's probably not the Senator Byrd.
But that's a mighty big coinkydink.
Coinkydinks doth occurreth in times, sometimes. So the commies are working on getting Titanium up and running, and more powerful than ever. And so he shows up to fight Iron Man in our nation's capital, and it's sweet.
Yeah, it's a good battle. Titanium Man is pretty powerful.
Yeah,
Titanium Man being more powerful than Iron.
Right.
But he's still a commie.
Yeah, that's right.
He's really big. Is he much larger?
Like the person? I think the armor is more bulky and stuff.
I mean, it looks like he's twice as tall.
I don't know. It's a comic, you know. I like how his eyes have this like kind of blinking flashiness going on. Yeah, and I guess he has a laser beam from the eyes or something, which is cool because Iron Man doesn't have a thing like that. He's got the repulsor rays, but I like eye beams.
I do too. I want eye beams instead of poor vision what I have now.
Oh.
The
bystanders
are watching out, and I like the bystander wordplay.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
They're like, no way, Iron Man's gonna smoke that commie. You know, he's never been beat.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like the redheaded girl is Pepper, right?
Yeah, I think Happy Hogan and Pepper Potts show up.
Yeah, then they get married this time, don't they, or something?
Yeah,
they get married. They elope.
Yeah.
Oh,
very different than the Marvel movie verse. Yeah. So.
Oh, here we got another ad about Joe and Romita and Herb Trimpe.
Yeah. They're putting out portfolios. And at the time in the 70s, a lot of, comic artists put out these portfolio books that you would buy. Neil Adams had one. There was a Kirby portfolio. I believe there was a Wally Wood portfolio as well. Those things were pretty popular.
I like the way Pepper's drawn here. Really well done. And
Gene Colan could really draw. I mean, he doesn't. His stuff doesn't look so great with certain inkers, but if you got the right inker, his stuff is just fantastic.
Yeah,
it's like Gil Kane is like that too. Like Sid Green is like the best Gil Kane inker, but I've seen various things. Like at DC, Gil Kane, they seem to set him up with the right people all the time. But when he moved to Marvel, boy, really inconsistent. You can see some great Gil Kane stuff and some really mediocre Gil Kane stuff, and I think I attribute that to the inkers.
Yeah.
So moving on. Anyway, Titanium Man, we get left it on a cliffhanger, so we don't know. I'm pretty sure Iron Man beat him.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But moving on to Iron Man number 40, we got a story called Night Walk, written by Jerry Conway, with art by George Tuska, inked by Jim Mooney. So pretty cool, pretty nice art on this.
Yeah, it's not a dream stuff. I usually don't like dream sequences in movies or comic books. They're kind of, and I'm not sure. I usually don't like my dreams.
Well, comic books, I mean, it's already fantasy anyway.
Yeah,
and then you put a dream sequence. It can be confusing, but it can serve the plot. So it's just if they're done well, they work.
Yeah, this is done as well, but I'm not don't like it that much.
Yeah. So what is it? Iron Man has just showed up. He's back from a mission. He's totally whipped.
Yeah, and what's this guy?
His assistant, Kevin O'Brien, is kind of helping him out, and Kevin is kind of taking over and helping run the company.
He's Italian, right?
No, he's an Irishman.
Yeah. I guess Iron Man, he's a drinking buddy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh.
Well, he is a drinker.
Oh, he is.
Both of them. So, I'm joking. So, Irish people don't drink at all.
No.
Oh man. And Mary Ann, who
was
I never heard of before.
I hadn't really either. She's another chick that Tony dated at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So
she really doesn't like Tony.
She's mad at him. I think things didn't go well between them, but she used to love him. The emotions are there.
Yeah.
Tony's having some weird nightmare sequence.
Yeah, about the dragon and his princess.
Yeah. There's probably some weird symbolism going on
yucking
there.
It up. So,
yeah.
Oh. So. Iron Man's face is kind of very expressive for being immobile, right? It's immobile. It doesn't move at all.
Oh, the helmet.
The face features.
No, it doesn't.
But you see happiness and sadness all the time.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have to just kind of like, let's shade it so it looks like he's sad or mad or something.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? You're going to have your hero for like 90% of the book be expressionless? You have to be able to just go with that, you know? Have something. Hey,
worked in the Twilight movies. But
See, here we got another house ad for portfolios.
Whoa.
Yeah, just turning back one page.
Yeah.
Here's a Spider-Man original art portfolio. Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Yeah.
So.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Hey, there's Mr. Fear. It's created by Wally Wood. Great supervillain. I really like Mr. Fear.
Yeah. So.
Anyway. So yeah, there's this guy. I think he's a pawn of the Mandarin, and what's he the White Dragon or something goofy like that?
White Dragon.
Yeah.
With his Princess Dragon or somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nick Fury and Shield are in this issue too.
Mm-hmm.
So yay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he cuts Nick off, and Nick no like that.
Yeah, Nick Fury doesn't like to be ignored, but Tony's got things to do. I've got super villainy to battle.
Mm-hmm.
So. That's right, I made Sean Connery into Tony Stark.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, the White Dragon, he's got some plot. He's going to nuke the world or something from the bottom of the ocean. Some crap like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, man, it's lots of action.
Yeah.
And there's these robot guys going after him. And
that's cool, too.
Iron Man takes care of him.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh, and there's this couple, Creole and what's the other?
I don't remember, so you're just gonna.
Yeah. And Davina, I think.
Okay.
And Davina, I don't know. I like bickering villains. But
sure.
It's interesting. But she goes and slugs him, Creole. So.
Well, maybe he deserved it.
He probably does.
So. White Dragon was in love with this chick, but turns out she was just using him, and he finds out, and Iron Man beats them, but then this White Dragon decides he's going to restore his honor by blowing up the submarine that they're in, killing them both.
Yeah.
And Iron Man escapes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it is. Too bad. I like the girl, no villain. So. Yeah. Oh, well. The guy villain was just regular.
Yeah. So fast forwarding to Iron Man number 42, our story is When Demons Wail, written by Jerry Conway, art by George Tuska and Frank Giacoya.
Yeah. Oh, it's just 2 issues.
Yeah.
And we see on the cover, we have a cover now.
Yeah.
Marianne, wow, dressed as some kind of villainess. Looks like a lizard suit, demon.
It's weird.
But we read the book, and that doesn't happen. So,
oh, man, a misleading comic book cover?
Yeah,
I can't imagine that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, he's having these dreams again.
Yeah.
And this guy named Soul Father, Mikas is his name?
Micus, I think.
Micus? Okay.
And he doesn't look much like a supervillain as much as he looks like some gay guy from Greenwich Village.
Yeah,
in an aerobics outfit with white hair and a medallion. I'm like, oh man. But he's given power by this mysterious Mr. Klein, and he's wanting him to destroy Iron Man. I guess Mr. Klein is also messing with Daredevil as well, but we don't really see him. It's just mentioned.
Yeah. And Daredevil's looking unhappy.
Not
Daredevil.
Iron
Man is looking unhappy here.
Yeah.
And Let's see. Jasper Sitwell is injured in hospital.
Yeah. Now Jasper Sitwell is kind of like he's a guy from Shield, and he was kind of like sent by Shield to kind of hang out with Tony Stark, and so he had for a while he was in Iron Man as a supporting character.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, so Iron Man comes to Washington and meets Senator McAngry here.
he's a jerk, Senator. But
Yeah.
Iron Man really sticks it to him too.
Mm-hmm. Man, he's angry.
With words.
Yeah. Why, Senator, I thought the people were what made this country great. I must have been mistaken, Senator. I must have gotten wrong.
Yeah.
He's actually really mad.
Yeah, it was great. He just walks off like, yeah, he just stuck it to the man.
After this, we have this ticker tape.
Yeah.
The above scene is to be observed for its ironic content. Once observed, it is to be digested. When this is done, the very next episode comes almost poignant. And,
It's true.
does it?
Yeah.
I don't see the
That
thing.
Senator turns out to be a bad guy. He's like in league with Mr. Klein and Micus, I thought.
Yeah.
With super villainy.
Yeah, they put Iron Man in jail.
But he breaks out because he's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or Micus shows up.
Yeah. Well, no, then Micus and Marianne show up in his dreams. He's having hallucinations.
That's right. Micus is mind controlling Marianne, which is not nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's being attacked by all kinds of creatures and pretty dang nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Micus, I am not awful.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. It was a drag trying to get through these couple issues with Micus.
No pun intended. But
Yeah. I know. His costume looks like an aerobics outfit.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this continues in the next issue, which we have Iron Man number 43, and the lead story is Doom Prayer, written by Jerry Conway, with art again by George Tuska and Jim Mooney.
Yeah. Okay.
So Micus has got Iron Man captive and Marianne, and Iron Man is like pretty much whipped, and he's got to try and snap Marianne out of the trance or the mind control to help him.
And Micus is in love, although it doesn't look like he'd prefer girls. But, the sleek-skinned Marianne. And Iron Man is almost out of power, which is one of the ongoing shticks.
Right, it's like Spider-Man out of web fluid, only more so.
Superman with kryptonite.
Yeah,
they gotta have some kind of weakness, and it's kind of like it's usually done well. It can be irritating and boring, but
it's fine here. Again, this isn't my favorite set of issues. I'll just tell you right now. Just because this Micus guy is just. Before we talked about some supervillains, you're like, this guy, and this is one of those. You should think the supervillain is cool, even though they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin O'Brien also, he's donned this suit of armor that Tony has built for him.
Right.
And he kind of goes to try and help and rescue him, which Iron Man definitely needs.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting Micus, but he's got no juice left. Micus is mopping the floor with him.
And it's always, I got another little battery or something like that. And
sure.
It does about 4 times.
Okay.
And so in this series, and it gets, for crying out loud. And I'll use my last energy bit. Then why didn't you do that the first time?
I don't know.
It's a sort of, it's the nature of the game. So so I'm not. I enjoy them okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the dream sequences because apparently the whole thing was a dream sequence.
Really?
Yeah, because it couldn't really happen or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It's really weird. Micus turns out to be an android at the very... Yeah. That's... Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some things that turned out... Things were not as they seemed.
Yeah. Are they ever?
No.
And...
Yeah.
Let's see.
So they get away. Hey, we got a great backup story with Giant Man and the Wasp, and this is good. This was the highlight of the issue.
Black Knight strikes, and this is the beginning of Black Knight.
Yeah.
Who was this scientist who was this regular old bank robber.
Yeah. a supervillain, and of course his nephew would later become the hero, the Black Knight. But this is from Tales to Astonish number 52, by Stan Lee, and art by Dick Ayers.
And he's a comic spy.
Is he a comic spy?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how he gets out of prison.
Oh, right. He sells out Los Estados Unidos to the Reds. Okay.
Yeah. So the Black Knight guy goes into what is his name?
The Black Knight?
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah. He goes to Middle Europe, and sees a Pegasus statue. So, I'll make one of those.
So he genetically engineers a Pegasus to fly on, and then he creates this cool lance with like super villain powers on it. And then he goes back to the States to get revenge on Giant Man and the Wasp. Because he had just been a bank robber before and they stopped him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why the Black Knight get up? Why the lance? And the weapons are kind of cool. They can go through steel and the bolos, which is kind of ridiculous.
But you're wondering why he chose that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I guess the idea of a flying knight on a horse was a cool idea for a supervillain. Sometimes it's not that deep, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I'm trying to look underneath.
I don't think there's anything to look under in this case.
Okay. All right.
So Giant Man and the Wasp, and Giant Man who's also Ant-Man.
yeah, that's kind of confusing too. Oh.
Well, he has size control powers, but you know.
Mm-hmm. No, he has size control pills.
But later he gets to use it without taking more pills. Yeah. But yeah, at this point he takes capsules to shrink, I know.
Yeah. Why don't he? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So they fight Black Knight in the air. It's kind of fine. It shows, this big tall guy isn't doing so hot in the air because he's a big target, and then the bolos wrap around him. So he gets out of it by turning into Ant-Man, and then the Wasp grabs him, and they get him. The Pegasus horse.
Yeah.
Oh, and what? And
then they return to normal size, and he beats up the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Knocks him off his horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wasp is less than useful, but she's okay. But...
Yeah, she's all right. They're kind of a duo, so.
Yeah. They're kind of a thing.
Yeah. So. But I mean, she did come and help him. He was tied up and stuff.
Yeah, and. He was falling, and she helped him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens at the very end? He gets away.
Oh, the Black Knight does?
Yeah, but I'll be back. Sooner or later, I'll be back.
Yeah, and he was. I think he joined the Masters of Evil, the first Masters of Evil, with Baron Zemo, the Melter, I can't remember who else. But yeah. So we've got Iron Man number 44 next.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Klein is... Oh, sorry, let me start over. The lead story is Weep for a Lost Nightmare, written by Robert Conagher of Sergeant Rock and all the DC War Comics fame, with art by George Tuska and Vince Colletta.
Yeah,
so Mr. Klein...
Night Phantom.
The Night Phantom, meh. Mr. Klein sends an android version of the Night Phantom to attack Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And...
nice cover. We have a cover again. And the damsel in distress is drawn well. You can see why Marvel was more popular than DC. they knew how to draw the girls.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Drunken Irishman. What's his name?
Oh, Kevin O'Brien. He's still using his suit of armor. He's rescued in the previous issue Marianne and Iron Man from Micah's.
Captain America looks on his TV and says, "Oh, this guy is kidnapping Iron Man." So he goes and rescues him and starts a fight, and they figure out that they're not really enemies.
Yeah. It's just great to have Captain America in this.
Mm-hmm.
In this issue, Kevin is kind of contemplating becoming a superhero, or you're kind of made to think, oh, is this guy be the sidekick to Iron Man now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's killed like 2 issues later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't have those, so I can spoil that.
Okay.
But it's kind of a prototype for a kind of a thing they would do where they would have Iron Man's friend Jim Rhodey, be his friend, and took his place as Iron Man, and later became War Machine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of almost like a test, like this works okay, but this works better. I mean, that's in the 80s, and this is the 70s. So,
right.
But yeah, anyway, the Night Phantom robot comes and attacks Iron Man and Marianne, and Iron Man's weak because he just got done with that other battle.
Yeah, Night Phantom, man, he looks like a mummy or the Invisible Man.
Yeah, with the bandages on his head or whatever, and the goggles,
cool glasses, and
a purple costume. Yeah, it's just not that interesting, but. I mean, he seems kind of formidable,
Yeah, he's giving Iron Man what for.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but Tony is totally beat up though, and the suit doesn't have much power, so it's.
And his buddy leaves.
Oh, Kevin? Yeah, he left, and so he wasn't there to bail him out, and we're left on a cliffhanger with that.
Yeah.
But we do have a backup story with Ant-Man. And the story is called Armageddon on Avenue A. And it's written by Roy Thomas with art by Ross Andrew and Mike Esposito.
Cool splash panel here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the Man of Straw, but it looks cool as
that's the Porcupine.
Is it?
It's another villain that Ant-Man had fought.
Awesome.
He's not in the story. They just use him in the splash panel.
Cool. Well, the Ant-Man pointing while riding a ant, it looks really, really cool.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the Ant-Man movie. I think it'll be neat.
No, I don't know.
Well,
I'm worried.
You've been wrong before.
Movies, but there's going to be a time where one's going to be a bomb, and that's going to be it. They're not going to make any more for another 10 years, and then they'll start over again, hopefully. But
we'll see.
We'll see. And just worry they don't I don't want them messing up. And Ant-Man, I'm not one of my favorite superheroes.
Well, maybe the movie will make you and other people a fan.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think, Iron Man was a surprise hit, for example.
Yeah.
Granted, I think Ant-Man's a little harder of a sell, but we'll see.
Yeah, because
Black Panther's getting a movie. Doctor Strange is getting a movie. And this news broke earlier in the week. Netflix, which is they're doing original shows now. Marvel's got a deal with them. Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and then Jessica Jones, who I think is Luke Cage's woman. They're all getting their own shows. And then there will be a miniseries called The Defenders, which is going to bring them together.
Well, okay.
So
that'll be interesting.
Right on. I mean, granted, I think of the Defenders as Doctor Strange, the Hulk, Namor, and the Silver Surfer, and the Valkyrie. But plenty of people have been in that team over the years.
Yeah, you couldn't really do the Hulk.
No, not on television. But Daredevil is perfect. It could be superhero and courtroom procedural drama.
Right.
So I hope that turns out really well. I'm also looking forward to Luke Cage. I'm jazzed about it. So anyway, this Ant-Man story. I'll let you go.
Oh, okay. Astonishing Ant-Man. Armageddon on Avenue A. Pity poor Wilbur Grabowski. In his whole life, he never once did anything right. That shows him messing up as a kid. He skates into wet cement and bops somebody on the head, a la Three Stooges with the 2x4, and hits a cop in his car.
Right.
But he owns a candy store.
Right.
But it's not doing so. So he's going to just burn it down for the insurance money.
Yeah. So
Ant-Man, underneath the candy store, there's something going on, and Ant-Man
kind of zeroes in on it.
Yeah. And he meets the Scarlet Beetle. Yeah,
who is an enemy of his that he's met before, and he thought had been stripped of his power. But the Scarlet Beetle is a mutant, and he's an insect with powers to control other insects, I think.
Yeah.
And he wants to steal Ant-Man's cybernetic helmet so that he can control ants and other social insects. He has a little trouble with that. and he wants to take over the world and strip all of humanity of their flesh and just whatever. So Ant-Man is in this pitched battle with the Scarlet Scarab and his minions, and it's pretty bitchin'. But while they're fighting, the guy setting
sets up the arson,
and that kind of inadvertently helps Ant-Man beat the Scarlet Scarab. And
Wilbur drops a can of kerosene on the Scarlet Beetle
and crushes him. Is it Scarlet Beetle or Scarlet Scarab? It don't matter.
Beetle.
My mistake. But then, so he saves the world, and he'll never know. But then the cops and the firefighters show up, and he knows he's busted for arson.
There was a restaurant in Davie County called...
Where's Davie County?
Davie County is in North Carolina.
Well,
everybody knows that.
I don't.
No, I'm joking. It was a fish place, and Jay Wayne started it, and it wasn't doing so hot, so he decided to burn it down.
Okay.
So he set the fire and was going to pull out early one morning, and the garbage truck pulled in behind him and
trapped him. So he got caught committing arson. Oh, it sucks.
Yep.
That's really bad.
Yeah. Well, we pay for arson and stuff like that because our insurance gets higher.
Well, right. Well, and it's wrong. I mean,
and it's wrong, but you can't help but feel sorry for him.
Yeah, because some people, usually people commit arson for the insurance money because they are in big trouble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they solve their problem the wrong way. I was talking to my dad last night, and he actually knows 2 people that have faked their own deaths.
Wow.
Yeah, so that their spouse could get the insurance money, that kind of thing. Like this one guy, he quit his job, and he made it look like he disappeared so he could be declared dead. He just moved to California, left his wife and kids.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's more to the story.
It's got to be hard to do that. Insurance companies ain't stupid.
There are ways to live off the grid, and I guess he was just going to do that.
Man, they ain't going to fool Johnny Dollar for a second.
Look, it wasn't me, and there's more to the story, but I mean, apparently he did it. So, and it's weird that my dad not only knows 1 but 2 people who did that.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a small world. So.
I guess.
Man.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
For a movie.
Yeah.
So.
But, it would be. Yeah.
So we've got one more comic to talk about today.
Oh, I forgot about Spores.
Yeah, Iron Man number 157. It's Spores, written by David Michelini, with art by Alan Kupperberg and Dan Green. I like Alan Kupperberg's pencils. It's good.
Yeah. I didn't write anything down about this, but apparently these spores are from outer space.
Yeah.
And they go through metal and eat electricity.
Yeah.
That's bad news for Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Little bitty things being very dangerous is kind of an interesting. It's like it's a reverse of Ant-Man. A little bitty guy doing great things to help people. Little bitty things are evil and we're about to take. How do you fight against something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
And there is a spaceship that's stealthy. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and they were invaded by these spores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow Iron Man is summoned to the ship or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The ship brings him aboard. That's right. They just teleport him out from wherever the heck he was, from Stark's factory or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does battle with these spores.
Yeah, and the spaceship is really damaged, but it's sentient.
And as are the spores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, because the spaceship was from a technological race that was at war with these spores for millennia or whatever. Yeah, and then the spores turn into this monster that Iron Man fights.
I don't know. I just thought they were like on the level of bugs intelligence, but the creature.
The spaceship is sentient. We know that.
Yeah.
So.
And it has, I think, but it figures out that how it can fix itself, and it helps Iron Man and talks to Iron Man. They figure out something to defeat him. The spores get together and make this huge, cool-looking monster.
Yeah.
It's like a caterpillar whale or something.
Yeah.
Really big and
we'll call it a whale-a-pillar.
Yeah.
Wallopiller.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Cool. All right. Well, I've heard worse.
Yeah.
It's read worse in here. And then it becomes a...
spores become a gas or something.
Right. So how are you going to mess with that? And they change it and they send it to the sun.
Okay. I guess that'd take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the spaceship thanks Iron Man and sends him back to Earth.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. Boy, that's about that for today, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're making a new Iron Man, right? Or are they?
I think the third one is going to be the last one. I mean, Downey said he'll do, Avengers 2 and 3, but I don't think he's going to do any more Iron Mans. Unless they throw more money at him, which could happen.
Yeah. They look like fun, but...
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's his prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really up to him. I'm sure they'd love to make 80 of them if he'd be down for it.
I hope he does some more Sherlock Holmes, too.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
And Sherlock Holmes has the power of super detection, so he is a superhero.
And those movies are super fun.
They're fun. They're not very Sherlockian, but they're fun.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to contrast those with the show Sherlock.
Yeah.
The Moriarty on the show Sherlock is awful. For one thing that's awful about that show.
Really?
I didn't like that guy at all. But in the movies, man, the guy they had play Moriarty was awesome. Like, why couldn't that guy be on the BBC?
Interesting. Yeah.
Jared something. Really cool actor. But
interesting if he was on both.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So, what did we learn today, Jeff?
What did we learn? Yeah, I don't know.
That Justice League stories can get tedious.
Well, no, they're complicated. I wasn't TD5.
Did you enjoyed them reading, right?
I enjoy them, yeah. They're not my favorite thing, but they're okay.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes the team books are the more complicated to explain.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and you got to use the team. They got to do something different. So, hey, we're all making sandcastles. Okay, yeah,
right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Good news. We got 4 more weeks of Justice League.
Yay!
But we'll have some really fun stories in there, and plus, the other half of the show will be other books, and we'll have a good time.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool. Do you think that's about it for today, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
More than enough.
Thanks for listening, folks.